Well, good morning, friends, and welcome back to Garden Mess. In today's video, we're just going to go around and do a little tour of the garden. I may have to break this up into several different episodes just because I can end up taking a lot of time explaining what plants that I have. So I'll probably break this up into a two-part episode: front yard, backyard, and then maybe the vegetable garden. This is the northeast side of my house. I have an akuba. It is a speckled Japanese akuba. It does survive. Now, when it rains too much or if it gets too much sun, it does get these little black leaves. So every once in a while I have to come out and prune that up. My purple porterweed is doing good. It's still growing. It doesn't get as much sun as the other ones, but it is growing. My Luna Rose hibiscus is doing well. Now this one does set seeds, and if I open up this, well, not that one. Hold on, let me get one that's been dry for a while. Here's one. And if I open up this, you can see all the seeds that are inside of it. See that? So you can actually save these seeds and grow some more from them. My local master gardener organization here has asked me to collect mine and give it to them so that they can produce some more flowers and sell them at their annual plant sale. So that's what I'll be doing. This is celosia, also known as coxcomb. It's self-seeded from last year. And then we have a globosa nana. It's a cryptomeria. And then we have a spirea there. And oh, finally we get to see a few blooms. They're small, but they're just starting to open up. So you see I have a lot of pink going on in this area. Now that is a fire spike. It's a red color. I did relocate some echinacea, some white echinacea. It's back there, but it's not blooming right now. And then I put some white vinca in here. This is autumn joy sedum, and it has its flower buds. And come the fall, when the temperatures start to drop, it will turn to a pink. You can see that this one is already opening up and starting to change somewhat color, but it's way too hot for it to start turning. Our luminary phlox is doing good, and my gara is starting to bloom out here. I do have a row of boxwoods in the northwest garden. I also have a ligustrum right there. Japanese, probably wax leaf ligustrum. Not Japanese, I bet it's Chinese wax leaf ligustrum. I trim it back, and this one here, I'll probably end up cutting it down once I find something to replace it. It doesn't bloom, so it doesn't set a lot of flower buds. And so it's, right now it's just evergreen, so it's not being invasive. I still just don't want it in my yard. Anyway, I won't say any more about those. They are invasive though, the ones that set seed. I will try to find maybe a replacement that is, that is sterile, but I don't know if it exists. I still haven't pulled out my rose. I just haven't gotten around to it. The ground has been kind of moist. We had a lot of rain about a week ago, and it's still really moist, but I've been busy, so I just haven't gotten out here to do it. And I still need to get my second hosta that's back there. I need to get it dug up and transplanted still. So yeah, the roses are still here, but I'm getting around to it. I've been busy. Some more sedum. And as you can see, all the flower buds are pointing this way. So the sun, which rises up that direction, those sedums get that sunlight, so they're grown straight up. But this sedum, mainly because of the rose bushes, probably doesn't get the early morning sun, so it has to wait till after 12 o'clock to get its sun, so it's facing the west. So is this coreopsis. This is a ground cover thread leaf coreopsis. It's so pretty. Oh, I see a weed, but I'm not gonna pull it. Deny the temptation. I need to come back and cut back this speedwell. It has a lot of dead blooms on it. Just kind of cut it back and let it flush back out. So I have a white speedwell and a purple speedwell, or veronica. And I still need to get this gara dug up that decided to seed inside of that speedwell. And then there's the lantana, and again, it is huge. That's one plant, one lantana. And then my barberry, which has never spread or set flowers or seeds that I can tell. I've had it in my yard for 3 years and have not found it anywhere else. So I'm pretty sure, because that was a designer one. They've discontinued it, but I think it's sterile. And then I have another white echinacea right there. In fact, it's a lot bigger, but it's got a lot of dead blooms. And I transplanted that from my vegetable garden over here. And then there's a cinnamon girl distilium. I think that's what it is, a distilium. Cinnamon girl is the name. And it's just an evergreen shrub. And it doesn't really do much of anything. But it fills in that space. And when I remove these roses, I will have to get some more evergreen structure and maybe get a tree of some sort to put in here, a small tree, like just a landscape tree. Pots are doing good. They get watered consistently with the drip irrigation, so I'm very pleased with that. Now, I would take these blooms off. I know a lot of people don't like the way that they look, but hummingbirds visit this plant every morning, so I'm leaving them. The blue days, evolvulus, or blew my mind. I think it's blue days. I don't think I could find blew my mind this year. And then my geraniums are blooming consistently, and that's because they're getting consistent water. Now they do get some yellow leaves, probably from too much water. But you know, it's kind of hard to limit this water and then make sure this all gets watered correctly. And then this morning we actually have our hibiscus is finally starting to bloom. And I have several blooms on it now. So this is something new that's blooming in the garden. And remember, I had to run drip to this individual plant because it needs the moisture. My Atlas rose is still being slow to grow. And my sedum is growing back from the base. This one. Now I have another one on the opposite side, not doing as good, but it gets way too much water. So I'm gonna have to figure that out. Again, some more celosia coxcomb. And look, these are like spikes, but look, this one is like a paintbrush. Isn't that odd? So I it either must be reverting, the seed reverted back to an original, or somehow, some way, I don't know. I don't always know what plants, how they operate. All right, let's go to the sidewalk strip.